Good morning to you all. Here I have an engine for a Mercedes A150 2005. I'm about to scrap this engine because I don't need it, it's a bit old. But before I scrap it, I thought I'd make a video about it and I'll show a few things that I couldn't show normally when I'm fixing the car. Now, what I really like to do is I will remove this cover to expose the timing chain, the part that I don't normally replace when I do a timing chain job. Also, I want to talk about the crankshaft pulley. This bolt is the tightest bolt in the whole car probably. I'll remove, obviously I have to get it out of the way to take this cover off. Let's start by this side of the engine. When people usually say this engine is difficult to work on and there's no access, but on the contrary, you have no business here. Whatever is here is so reliable, you don't need to get here. Like there's a water pipe here that doesn't normally leak. You have a knock sensor and oil pressure sensor. These are so reliable. I never needed to replace them before. If you need to replace the starter motor, which is here, goes here, you only lower the back of the engine, not the whole engine, just the back of the engine to gain access to the starter. But the difficult part is to remove the bolt in the front, and I do that from the front of the car, and I made a video about that. This will make your life a lot easier. Now, actually what prompted me to scrap this engine, despite it's not too bad actually. Timing chain was noisy and I don't really wanted to spend time or money on it. But what put me off, there's a bolt here that holds the thermostat, snapped off, and it's not an easy job to remove a broken bolt, and if I carry on using it like this, it will leak. Now this is one bad point that I don't like about this design, because the rainwater, it drips on this bolt until it rusts, and also it drips on the inlet manifold bolts, and sometimes you notice that this one here on this side, they rust and the manifold itself expands from the rusty bolt. This is the timing chain that I only replace the timing chain and the hydraulic tensioner, and I don't have a problem with that. But to replace the timing chain this side for the oil pump and the guides, then you're talking about twice as expensive and maybe 5 times the time that it takes to replace just this and this. And until now, I'm not interested. I'm not going to do it to repair. The water pump, I made videos about how to remove the water pump without removing the engine. Straightforward, as long as you know how it's done, as long as you use the correct tools. The right tools for the job is very important. It's a matter of you either know how it's done or you're going to have a nightmare. Right, now this is A150, and you can see, let me lower this a little bit. You can see that this pulley doesn't have a rubber damper like other engines, bigger engines, or the diesel engines have a damper to dampen the vibration. Let me show you one. I got one. Here, this one is of a A160 manual, and it has a stop-start option, and because this is wider, it has 6 grooves or 6 rib belt, and it has this rubber damper. Now the difference is not only the number of grooves and the damper, but also it doesn't have any marking for the timing. See this one? This one has OT here, and it has OT here. This is to adjust the timing, to align it with this part here, with this side. You can see this little ridge. but it's always easier to align it with the OT, this one, not this one, because this, on both sides of the OT you have 10, and because visibly it's very difficult to see, so you can mistake the OT for 10. So this is why it's best if you align it with this one. Okay, now because this bolt is so tight, it's always, well, it's easier for me to undo it while the engine is still in the car. But now if I try to undo it, I need to do two things. First of all, I need to lock the ring gear with a special tool. I'll show you the special tool. You have to lock it so the crankshaft doesn't turn. And secondly, you have to secure the whole thing so it doesn't turn while you levering the bar to undo the bolt. Let me show you what the tool looks like. Right, this is the tool you use to lock. You put it like this to lock the ring gear. You put it where the starter goes, here. So we need to turn it a bit too. That's it. Now it's locked. If I undo the bolt, I can lever it as hard as I like. Now I need to secure it somehow to remove this. Look, there's no fixed procedure. I'm gonna improvise. I'm improvising. You know, I'm using whatever I have to just to undo it and show you what I need to show you, and then scrap it. So please bear in mind, I'm not teaching you how to do it. I'm not showing you how you should do it. I'm just showing you the things that you need to see. You do it your way. I'm going to tie these two together. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to hold these two together so when I lever it, this doesn't go up, because if I lever it from that side, the whole thing is going to flip, and we don't want that. Look, I haven't done this before, so please bear with me. Okay, now the crankshaft is locked. Let me lower it a bit more. So what you need is a 17mm hex. That goes here. A big heavy duty breaker bar. But before I do this, I want to show you something. This breaker bar is snap-on. This is snap-on. It broke while doing a similar job to this. See, you can see how tight it was. And most probably you'll need another pipe to make the lever a bit longer. Fingers crossed. Actually, it's off already. This was not as tight as the last one I did. Last one was a lot tighter. Okay. Now I can use this. You don't want to drop the key. Yeah, the key is still there. I'll leave it. Before going there, because some people ask me about how to drain the water from the crankcase, and I think this engine still has some water in it. And the draining point is here. I don't know if you can see it. This thing, this little nipple here. You need a 6mm hex tool to undo it, and then it will just drain the water from the crankcase. I think it's going to make a bit of mess here. I'll bring the tray. So I got a tray. I don't know if it's going to drip oil or water or whatever, so I have to be prepared. Now, ideally, if the head is off, would be easier. I'm not taking the head off. However, this cover here is held by 2 bolts here, so you need to remove everything from here to get to this. 2 bolts here, 4 bolts from the top, 4 bolts here, and then another, I think it's 4 or 5 bolts at the bottom of the engine from the sump. I'm going to take them all off now. Now, let me repeat, I don't normally use this to remove bolts of that kind, but because I'm going to scrap the engine anyway, I'm going to use this, because using this sometimes will damage the bolt, and I have to be careful. But I don't care if this is damaged. Now the two bigger bolts, it needs a bigger socket. Okay, they're all off. I think I can push it from here. Okay. We have a little bit of gap here. Started leaking oil. Okay. You can see this is the timing chain. Ideally is you replace the guides with the timing chain, but it's a lot more work. I don't know, I'm not sure if it's worth it. Now we can remove the timing chain. Now when sometimes you buy the timing chain one piece, then you have to go through this procedure to do it. But if it's split, then you do it without going this far. There's another timing chain here for the oil pump. Now this is even more difficult. No, thank you. I'm gonna do it. And also this here, it comes like that. You see, it's ridiculous that the plastic is more reliable than the metal in this case, but who cares? Good for me. Now, I don't know if there's anything else you want me to show you on this engine, but it doesn't matter, right? You know, I get these engines all the time. Just drop me a line on the comment, and if you want to see anything else, just let me know.